a try. I think decks like this are really good versus mono blue, and that's one of the big reasons to play them. Also think they're like pretty decent versus Sultai, which is another fairly decent reason to play them. I don't know how it'll perform in the current meta, considering when's the last time I've got paired versus mono blue or Sultai? I'm not really sure. But we're going to give it a try anyway. Basically, I was just looking for anything remotely new. This deck's pretty similar to all of the other green-white decks we played, with the exception of it's got a couple of Hawatlis in the main, which is kind of sweet. I'm feeling a 4-1 today. Do 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 do. Apologize if you hear a lot of loud noises. The house is currently being cleaned. Oh, what do you know? Our usual mulligan. I have to mulligan versus more than anybody. Can't keep that either. Always fun to start the tournament with a mulligan to 5. That's how we ended the last tournament too, with 2 mulligans to 5, I think. Cool. Guess I'm supposed to play this one. Hey Lane, what's up? Oh, do you? That's kind of cool. Where are you from? Feel like I'm going to guarantee they have a Loxodon because that's the world I live in. Oh look, I was right. I have no outs now. Let's go ahead and scoop. I don't actually have an out. I feel like this is an excellent match, but just hold on. I apologize, there's a vacuum cleaner going on. Ironton, I think that's in Ohio. I think that's at the border where basically we cross through maybe to go to Ohio. I think it's on that river, isn't it? I'm not sure. Feel like it is. I feel like I've been there before. I think I've gone through it on my way to Columbus. I think there's a store out there called Goblin Traders or something as well that holds events all the time that my friends always want to go to and that I never will because I'm too lazy. Yeah, yeah. It's like right after Ashland, I guess. This is a keep. That's kind of cool that it suggested you to me. Or suggested me to you, rather. Our opponent had to mulligan this time. They mulliganed last time as well. They just didn't have to mulligan twice. I have a friend that used to stop in there on his way back from like warehouse sales and stuff. He said there was always like a big crowd in there. I don't think there's any reason for me to attack. Sapling's basically a mana for me. So, what type of formats and stuff do you typically like to play? Okay. 6 permanents. Gruul to the Open this weekend? Is the Open in Cincinnati, maybe? Kind of forget. I feel like it's in Cincinnati. My kingdom for a land? That's a land. Lovely. What's your teammates playing? Also, what version of Gruul are you playing? Are you playing like the Goblin Chain Roller build? Are you playing like the Pelt Collector build? Or are you just playing the Red Deck Winds version that splashes for Cindervines? Some people from this general area are going, but I have no idea what they're playing. No, one guy wants to play Whirler Prison, and somebody else was testing Mono Blue or something for their standard seat. Don't think I changed anything from the play to the draw here. Cincinnati's not that far from you. I've actually never played the Chain Whirler version, so I don't have any first-hand knowledge. I know better players than me, like Michael Jacob, sure like it. I've personally liked the Pelt Collector build. It's what I've did very well with it and never really wanted to change. Though, I mean, the Pelt Collector build I played only had 4 Stomping Grounds and 7 Forests, and it was a Llanowar Elf deck. So there's only 11 untapped green sources in the version I was playing, which is extremely low for 8 1-mana green spells. So in theory it should be bad. I don't trust the Arena Shuffler. Hey, cool, we get the mulligan again. I guess this is a keep. Honestly, I honestly have no idea. The Whirler one's probably more consistent, but the Pelt Collector one probably has more inherent power. Punishes bad draws a little more. So my opponent mulliganed 4 times in this match, and we mulliganed 4 times as well. Almost want to keep that. It's kind of wild that we can't. Neither of us can keep 7 cards. Opponent seems to have a good draw though. I think I'm willing just to play the first one. Hopefully it blocks. Hopefully they don't have a hierarch. Basic Island. I did not expect that. Hmm. I'm really close to using that. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. They're really close to turning these on as well. Alright. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. I'm gonna try to stop those becoming 4/4s, but yeah, the unclaimed feels super weird. I definitely concur with that. I feel like I wasn't supposed to use that other card. Nice. Well, I definitely don't use it now, right? I need to play the Chain Roller one. It's kind of odd that I've not played it already. A land wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here. Have 5 blockers no matter what, so no matter what, 6 damage it gets through. But 9 damage it gets through guaranteed if I have untapped land or if they tap something. Alright. This is certainly a good deck for sure. Michael Jacob really likes it, and like I said, he's an incredible Magic player. I don't know why I've never tried it. I think I was turned off by the Unclaimed, and just never gave it a fair try. Hey, Boot. Long time, friendo. How have you been doing? Wonder if the bottom of this. Never mind. Boom. Lost to Dastro. Hey. We get to continue mulliganing. Every game we've played this league, we've mulliganed due to lands. Our opponent is mulliganing as well. I don't think he talks about it anywhere, but he plays it on his stream some. He's not been streaming a lot lately, though, and I'm not sure why. The one time I did see him stream, he was playing Draft. Actually, can't think of anybody who's wrote anything about that deck. Why are we setting him my upkeep opponent? Opponent. Okay. It just might be on the. Oh, they have nothing. Wow. A lot of Magic being played today. Yep, a lot of Magic being played. Well, opponent played no lands. Basically, sideboard these 6 cards in versus everything aggressive. Well, we sideboard out changes in matches, though. Like a Watley and Incubation Druid are considerably less good here, and March of the Multitudes is extremely less good as well because of Chain Whirler. Saprolings are okay because you can wait till like turn 5 or turn 6 and play a Saproling with Kicker straight into a Hierarch. Hey, we continue to mulligan. We've mulliganed a still every single game in this league. Not every match, every game. It's kind of interesting. Wonder what they drew. Probably just have a Chain Whirler if they're doing that. I'm mistaken. Oof. We'll play the one and try to block. No blocky blocky. That card's pretty good here. Card's also interesting here. I'm actually just going to play this. I don't want to take any more damage if I don't have to. And we're going to have to fade a Chain Whirler or the game's over. Did not fade the Chain Whirler. Don't think we have an out anymore. Not sure what this does for me. Wait, I'm dead. Again, I don't think I changed anything from the play to the draw. I think we just run it back. try to get a little bit better start. Or we get to mulligan our 6th game in a row. That sucks. Always shocking yourself is not a good feeling. This isn't the type of hand that'll win this game either. Like, they'll probably have to have a pretty mediocre draw for this hand to do anything. That's typically not a very good play. So our opponent has access to these two here. So they've lost all of those now. I don't think it's worth casting the Saproling Migration. Probably won't ever cast it until they play at least one Chain Whirler. Or until I can pump it. I think I'd rather play this here. That was a turn that we could have played this and pumped it, but not a lot, sweet Matt. Just chilling. Don't know the right play here. My life total's so low. Maybe I should have just done this last turn. Like, pretty close to dead. Feels like we have to draw March to win. Guess I can only attack for 2. I guess they get to draw cards. That was unfortunate. Our 1 March is our only out, and we probably don't have time to get it anymore. Don't have time. Oh well. I feel like that match is slightly favorable for us, but if I'm not mistaken, did we mulligan all 3 games again? I don't remember. Yes, we mulliganed all 3 games. So far we've mulliganed 6 games in a row, all due to lands. Lost another dice row. We get to keep a set. We get to keep a 7. We get to keep a 7. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. We got to keep 7 cards. We want to party. That's right. I don't care if you have a Merfolk Trickster. I actually really care. I just wasn't paying enough attention. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. It worked. Trying to play this first because I assume since they played no spells 1 through 3 that they have all counter spells and history is basically our best card. Well, that was a cute one. That card could potentially beat us. I probably don't block here. I probably definitely block here now. Ooh, we could have a good turn in, don't we? Do, 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 do. Please resolve March. Pretty sure I easily just block here. Goodbye, Curious Obsession. You'll be missed. That's a Tempest Gen. It's probably worth playing this. That was odd. Spell Pierce was definitely odd. If they use a deep analysis, I'll probably go ahead and just make 5 March tokens. If they don't, I probably won't. I said deep analysis, but I meant dive down. It's better than letting it counterspelled on a later turn, I think. I'm pretty sure it's just every turn now I turn everything sideways. Turn everything sideways until I'm not dead. Until either me or my opponent's dead. The Curious Obsession they played was super aggressive. Their hand had to be super bad. So what have you been into, Boot? And Sweet. So Sweet's not talking either. I guess it's worth blocking. I don't really know. Oh, really? Did you do good? Did you have fun? Nice. So you had fun? Very cool. Did you play any or just like hang out and uh, do all the other stuff with events? Didn't play. Fair enough. Ooh, that one's actually impactful. Wow. Opponent's going to make a game out of this, and I thought it was just over. fact, I don't think I can attack. They eat 3 of my things for 3. I would have got 4 damage in. Need to wait till at least some of it trades. Think I can swing out now, right? So assuming they just kill like this and this with a dive down, they're still taking 1,000,000. I don't think I care about an incubation druid. So if they happen to have a dive down, they get to keep 2 threats. No, even if they block the biggest 4. So I'm getting 9 damage in this way. But the Tempest Djinn can at least block 1 more thing. Suppose a dive down can make it close. It's mono blue and F6 is the best, so. Can't quite kill them. Could only put them at 1 here. Put them at the 1 for basically nothing though. I'd only lose 2 creatures. Since the Mara would replace itself. I don't know how they get back out of this. Maybe some kind of wild sequence where they attack with the 7/4, have a charter course, hit an entrancing melody, maybe even 2. Merfolk Trickster maybe on top of all of that. I don't know. It feels like they have to run really, really well. And have to draw multiple cards a turn somehow. Kill the biggest 3, still go to 1. F6 is my favorite or favorite button on the program. I don't actually think there's a sequence of draws that wins now for them. I think it was extremely unlikely last turn, but I think it's a full 0% now. Opponent agrees. Alright, so versus mono blue. Let's take out the things that cost a lot of mana. And this little incubation druid that I'm going to be sideboarding out a lot. Let's bring in our friend the Harpooners and our friend the Baffling Ends. Let's go play Baffling End main deck. I've sideboarded it in every match. I'm pretty sure I sideboarded in every match in Standard right now except for Esper Control. We got to keep 7 though. That was the first game we've got to keep 7. Keeping 7 feels so much better than keeping 6 or 5. I have to at least 3-2 this league, or I'm not going to get any more cake today. Adult things? That's no fun. Take care, Boot. Thanks for stopping by. This sounds fine. Doesn't feel very good, does it? That might have been a mulligan. You leave. Yeah, leave it alone. Yeah. Feels like they have a Merfolk Trickster. I don't like that feeling. They left this untapped. I don't exactly know what that means, but I'm going to find out. Can't imagine why you leave this untapped. Found out why. I didn't know they still played that card, but I've now been punished accordingly. That card's really good versus me. I don't think playing the Saproling Migration does anything. Like, I can't really attack for the 1-2 anyway. Should have been able to sniff that play out. Feels like that was obvious and I just walked into it. That's not a good sign for me. Do you play that without a dive down? That card is kind of neat. Alright, decision time. Do I play around Dive Down or do I play around Spell Pierce? Guess they're more likely to have Dive Down in their deck, so I play around Dive Down. Nice. Alright, well, we got what we wanted. Chose the right one to play around, I guess. We feel so clever. Even though we feel so boneheaded for the previous play. I'm all about being clever, though. That's why they call me Searsist the Clever. You'd be surprised how many times people attack into Harpooner not realizing it has reach. This opponent not mess that up. They're not playing lands, they're not playing spells. That's what I refer to as scary. Boom. I have some kind of counterspell here. They about have to. We've hit double their lands, so we're probably dead. Think it's basically just a guarantee now. Yep, that should lock it up. This thing can be a 5/5 now. Can't think of what I could draw here. And if I can't think of anything, that means there's probably nothing. Not changing anything from the play to the draw. Hmm. I don't know, maybe Conclave's better because of the Convoke. Yeah, the Convoke's actually pretty good, I think. Alright. can keep. This isn't my favorite thing in the world to do, but it's okay. Hopefully we'll draw some more lands. Hmm. That's not the land we need. That's alright. One time plains. Please? I beg you, deck. Plains us. What of those do I care more about killing? Probably the one that can get huge. Don't think I trade. I don't think I offer that. I get to do too many other things next turn to make it seem worth it. Opponent's more than 10 minutes behind the clock. So they can counterspell something here. But they can't counterspell two things. So this is a mistake. I should have played my land beforehand. Could just attack. Flip the landing. I don't know if I care about flipping the landing. Yeah. Seems real aggressive. Hmm. Does just attack with everything now? If I attack with everything, this flips. I don't have to attack with everything. I could just attack with these three. Flip this. Play this. So I have 5. If I attack with these 3, this flips. If I use these 4, I get another token. So I can't play this and this. You just save this Legion's Landing for another turn? I guess I technically play it this turn. Okay. I think I leave the Harpooner up because if they want to use a dive down, that takes a decent portion of their mana away. Could have also attacked with a Tithe Taker, assuming that they're going to block it and then put a counter on the 1/1. But I think I would rather it be a one-sided Follier right now. Because our money card's Tristani, and I don't know how they beat the board without using a good portion of their mana. And I don't know how... That was a weird one to tap. Anyway, I don't know how they beat the board without using a good portion of their mana. And then if we ever draw Tristani, I don't know how they win. Why are they tapping my 4/4 that can't block? Was that just a misclick? Have to assume they would prefer to attack with the other one. Even if they have a dive down, I'm pretty sure I have to auto block here. I don't think I have an option. So they're trying to give me an option. I'm still pretty happy to try to make this. Just can't let them draw cards. No, well, yeah. This is kind of what we were talking about. I don't know how they beat this card. They did not have a great draw this game, but we're still down to 4 minutes. It'll still take 9. Can't Rivers Rebuke, so I don't know what you do. Onward. Well, we lost another dice row. Um, cool. Back to mulliganing. Alright, we get to keep this one. Don't want that. Hey, George, what's up? We've been mulliganing like mad today. Guess this is better versus blue white things. Huh. Maybe it wasn't. Solitaring the rug deck. I wanted to come this week. I don't think it'll fire, but I wanted to come, but I don't think I get to anymore. Life or something there like it is in the way. So they have to take the Tithe Taker? They didn't take the Tithe Taker. I don't know if I can actually beat what I see. Because opponent's going to have some giant attacks here. Probably just take the full 12. Oh. I definitely take the full 12. Well, 15 now, but you get the general gist. Wait. I'll take 15 and we see what happens. Oh, really? They have more? Bonus draw was ridiculous. And we still have a chance versus it. That's the ridiculous thing. So, um, guess I just pass and get ready to try to do some March of the Machine or March of the Multitude weirdness. Their hand keeps getting better. Look at this. This is insane. So they have 6 lethal attackers. I can literally only make 6 blockers, so. Could double block this with something. So if I make 2 less attackers. So this would give me 4. I block these 4. Double block this. I'm gaining 6, killing that. And I'll have only 4 for the blockers for the next turn. Alright, I guess I just have to do it for all then. Maybe I just take 5 here and stay at 5. Give me an additional blocker for the following turn. Yeah, I think I like that. I don't think that does anything. This doesn't really do anything. Did I draw another conclave? That's so tilting. Wait. I'm dead now. I have no out. It should be an easy match, but our opponents are literally feels like they're demonic tutoring versus us. We're playing a lot of the same cards. Our draw's not even close to that. In fact, I think we're playing every card that they played. Well, every relevant card. The Benelush Marshal wasn't technically relevant. Neither was the Dauntless Bodyguard. The only thing that mattered was multiple histories and multiple conclaves and Loxodons. There's a good chance we win that game on the play. Alright, we keep it. Let's try to put a big blocker down. Short. Let's try to put another big blocker down. It still has 5 spells in her hand. Ooh. Oh my god! I tried to adapt this and messed up. Oh, what a tilt! I tried to adapt that. I'm so annoyed. I'll lose. If it counts, if this was different, it wouldn't change anything. Actually, it probably would have changed stuff, because had I actually adapted this properly, I would not have blocked last turn, which would have meant this could block this turn. I don't know, feels like if this was a 1-3, I could have won this game. Probably not. If I hadn't blocked a 1 turn, maybe. Oh well, we're dead. I really feel like that's an easy match. Kinda sad that I lost to it. Yeah, well, we're playing for a pity chest now. It's my fault, though. Should have tapped it first. I tapped it for wide or whatever, but since I'd already tapped the planes, yeah. Oh, well. You live, you learn. I don't think it affected the game. You live, you learn. This hand's a keep. Opponents on 5. This entire league has just been everybody mulliganing like crazy. I think we've beaten Nexus decks in general. I don't know which of these to play. Technically, the Tithe Taker's better, but playing this, if they're a Nexus deck, gives us the opportunity to be able to conclave a search for Azcanta. Well, I just want to put the bigger power on the table. I think this ends the game the quickest. Third teamer wreck. Which means they do play fiery cannonades. Which means I want to play this on at least the things that can survive a cannonade. And I'm going to use my 2 mana for the other and flip my Legion's Landing as well. So I would have been getting in for 4 damage there, then getting this on the board, protecting enough damage to get through Cannonade to win. When Zachary built this deck, I don't think the Temur Reclamation decks were super popular. And some of them are Niv Mizzet and some of them aren't, so let's see what we can do sideboard wise. Well, let's look what we want to bring in first. Definitely want to bring in all of you. Want to bring in you. Want to bring in some number of you, though I don't know if I want all of you. What can I take out? Definitely want to take out things that cost 1,000,000 mana / can get counterspelled / are slow. Want at least one. I want everything. I want everything else. So one of these 2 cards, the Harpooner, is better versus Krasis / Niv Mizzet, plus it's a 3/2 beater. The other one's technically a Lord. I think I'm going to go with the Harpooner. I might change that on the play. Go ahead and keep. I think I'm going to get a forest. We played a Tithe Taker here because they played the Mountain on turn 1, which indicates to me that they have a Shivan Fire or something. And they can't use it if I do that. Oh well. Opponent, doesn't have anything here. Kind of wild. Let's save our things while we can. Alright, so opponent's not going to be able to sweep them up because of the Cannonade. And we've got another, or because of the Tithe Taker and the lack of land, so we get another pity chest. Opponent didn't really play Magic. But anyway, let's open our pity chest. Hope it's been better than the last two. So far, our peak for the week's been, or past couple of weeks has been like $1.50 out of them. We have a junk card and another $1.50. Anyway, this deck felt pretty good. We lost to White Weenie, which I feel like we're a pretty decent favorite versus, and I think we just ran kind of bad. Maybe I played bad, maybe I sideboarded bad. I definitely made the one misplay, but I don't know if that cost us the game. And we also lost to Red Deck Wins, which I feel like we're a slight favorite versus, though games 2 and 3 we might be a dog versus, and we won game 1 and lost game 2 and 3. So I'm not exactly sure. Either way, though, I like the deck. I don't know if I like it as much as Bant Hero, mostly because Bant Hero has Lyras. But theoretically, this deck should just be better than Bant Heroes. Like, I don't think you gain a whole lot from Bant Heroes. From the hero or from adding the blue cards. Maybe Dovin's a little bit better than Huatli. But having a more stable mana base, I think we need a 22nd land. This deck was primarily played on Arena. I think its Shuffler gives you a little more land on average. Because, like, not all Shufflers are created the same. It's how they're programmed. I don't know. I feel like I always seem to draw lands better on Arena than I do MTGO. I'm mulliganed so much on MTGO. As I bet if you count my mulligans today, I'm in a 5-round event that we played, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 14 games. I bet we mulliganed, and this is just a straight guess, I bet we mulliganed 8 or 9 times. That's a lot. Definitely had to have mulliganed over half. Ivan, I believe the mono red deck splashing green for Cinder Vines and Collision out of the sideboard may be the overall strongest deck, though it's clearly got a bit of a high variance to it. But it's more consistent than Esper, though Esper's probably got the actual... Esper's probably the best deck. Well, I want to say that I've not explored the Temur Reclamation decks enough to know, but like they should be in running. Anyway, you didn't ask about any of that. You asked about Gruul, so I'm just going to talk about the Stomping Ground decks. I think the Mono Red Splash Green's incredibly good. I think the Pelt Collector, the mana base is god-awful. I think it's a powerful deck, and I think if it had a more consistent mana base, it would be in contention for Tier 1. But with the mana base like it is, I think it's a playable deck. I think it's a good deck. I don't think it's a great deck. And for the Unclaimed Territory Warrior build that has Chain Whirlers and stuff, I don't have any first-hand reps with the deck, so I'm hesitant to say whether I think it's good or not. Like I don't know. I've not personally played it. As for Mono Blue is a very consistent deck. And how good the deck is based on play skill, which I really like. But on a personal level, and I know much better players like Autumn and Dave C. and others disagree with me, but on a personal level, I think Red Deck Wins is favored versus it. I think White Weenie's favored versus it. I think Phoenix is favored versus it. I think Drake's is a favorite versus it. And I think Esper is a favorite versus it. I also think the Green-White Pelt Collector, I think both the Green-Red Pelt Collector deck and the Green-Red Warrior decks are favorites versus it. So, I don't know how it's good. I truly don't know how it's good. Like, it beats the crap out of Nexus, but if Nexus isn't in the format, I don't understand, and Nexus isn't a very popular deck. I don't know how, and Sultai doesn't seem to be popular right now. Like, going into Pro Tour, Sultai was, and I'm making quotation marks here, considered the best deck. It was expected to be the most played deck. So, if you were playing a deck that smashed Sultai while being a coin flip to slightly ahead or slightly bad versus any of those other decks, you could count on your play skill letting you win those matches. But now, and a lot of people were thinking Nexus might get broken at the Pro Tour as well. So I think Mono Blue was the best deck for that tournament, but I don't think it's a particularly strong deck. I think it has a lot of problems with commonly played decks. Now, that being said, if you're as good as Autumn, and Autumn's playing versus somebody as bad as me, and I'm on any of those decks that I just said is favored, Autumn is probably going to beat me, because when I'm talking about favored here, I'm not saying they're 80-20. I'm not saying they're 70-30. I'm talking like 55-45 matches, coin flips. Like extremely close, tight matches. But maybe 60-40s at best. So like, I feel like it's a good deck, but it's not a deck I would want to play. Because I feel like everybody's prepared for me. Like even though we've not got paired versus Mono Blue very often at all, like here we are still playing a deck that sideboards in 4 Harpooners, 4 Baffling Ends, and like I want these cards for other matches, not just Mono Blue. I just feel like a lot of people are prepared versus it right now, and I feel like the red-green decks are a lot more popular in the format, and I feel like Mono Blue's best matches, which is both Simic Nexus and Sultai, I think they're just less played at the moment. But I personally just play Red Deck Wins, and I feel pretty comfortable with it. I feel like Red Deck Wins doesn't really have bad matches. I feel like you're not a favorite versus Esper, but I feel like you're pretty fine versus almost every other deck in the format, with potentially not being fine versus the red-green decks, but they haven't caught on yet. And like, if you expect a lot of Esper, you can change your deck. You can add things like Risk Factor or something, and then you probably become a favorite versus Esper. Or if you're afraid of the red-green decks, you play more Daredevils, more Lava Coils. Like, I feel like you can beat those decks if they're heavy in your meta. But like, when we're just talking about the White Weenies, the Nexus decks, the Sultai, I think the Sultai match is even good for Red Deck Wins. A lot of people tell me I'm just a maniac for that, but I feel like it's a good match. And I think Red Deck Wins punishes a lot of the random decks too. Like if you get paired versus Blue-Black, which is out there, like Red Deck Wins is just going to smash it on average. I feel like it's decent versus the Phoenix decks. I don't know, I just love the Red Deck. I have not saw that guide. Where is it at? And I'll check it out. I guess I could just Google that name. Oracle 888. I assume it's on his Twitter? Red Deck Wins sideboard. Doesn't have his list though. Oh, there's his list. We're going 8-1 into Moto RPTQ. Several people asked me for a sideboard guide. This is the deck I played. Copy this. Paste. Interesting. So I guess he's why I've saw so many treasure maps lately. It's got 21 lands. 4 frenzy, 4. He has no skewers. Wow, really? Just free light up the flames? That's impressive. I think I'd rather have a light up the flame than a fanatical firebrand. Yeah, that's pretty close to what I was playing. I was playing one less land, or sorry, I was playing 2 less fanatical firebrands, 1 less land for 1 light up the stage and 2 skewers. But that's because on Arena, I just feel like I draw lands all the time. The skewers were the 2 worst cards in the deck, and I always felt the deck was 1 land shy. In his sideboard, our sideboards are off quite a bit. I don't have the Banefire, I don't have the Fight with Fire, I don't have the 3 treasure maps, I don't have the 2 cannonades. I have an additional Cindervine, 3 Direfleet Daredevils, because I think they're amazing in the mirror. I think you want them versus Esper. I think you want them versus Sultai. What do I have for my other 3 cards? Why am I brain farting right now? I'm just brain farting. I can't think of what they are to save my life. It's too early in the morning. What are my other 3? Oh, dual shots. And a 4th Lava Coil. The dual shots are just because there's a million White Weenie decks out there. The card's not particularly good, and probably would not be in my sideboard whatsoever if I wasn't playing the 2 really bad skewers in my main deck. So, the only deck I sideboard those dual shots in versus is exactly White Weenie, and I only take out the 2 skewers for them. But the dual shot's obviously not a very good Magic card. I don't know why I tried to remember this off the top of my head when I could have just pulled it up. I'm amazed that he's only got the 1 skewer, though. Or the 3 skewers. The card is very good. Let me read more of his sideboard guide. So he's got the extra cannonades for the White Weenie match. Versus Nexus, I take out the slower creatures like Goblin Chain Whirler and my skewers. Yeah, no, I like his list. I like his sideboard guide. I'm actually going to follow him on Twitter now. It's a really nice deck, though. But yeah, no, that's my favorite deck in the format right now. And like I said, I don't feel like it's a favorite versus Esper, but if you want it to be a favorite versus Esper, you have room to toy with Risk Factor. Oh, did he? That's interesting. Well, that explains why he wants the treasure maps then. Because his treasure maps were absurdly insane in that GP. Like, he done so much work with those treasure maps. I've not had much luck with the treasure maps personally. Like, every time I play a treasure map, like my opponent has a hostage taker or just a random conclave or something, and I feel like I would rather just throw a lightning strike at their face. I've had such bad luck with it. But I don't think I play it right either. Like, Jerry Thompson streamed Twitch Rivals not long ago, and he wasn't using the treasure map as much during his upkeep as I would have liked to. And he had some pretty interesting thoughts on when to and when not to do it. And I feel like I've just played treasure map poorly, and that I need to give it another try. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me today. I got my pity chest, and my cake is calling me, so I'm gonna hop offline. Thanks for stopping by, Ivan, and thanks for the lists and stuff. I appreciate it. Take care, and take care of anybody else that's here. We out.